Good morning, everyone. When I woke up this morning, I knew that today was going to be one of those pivotal days in South Africa's history. And a lot of people will think that what is happening today in the United States is just a little pimple on the back of a camel in the middle of nowhere and is unimportant. But I can tell you that today is South Africa's May Day. Just like a May Day call, not the Workers' Day, a May Day call of a country in distress and asking people for help. There's a lot of people in South Africa, not the president, people in South Africa that need help, that need assistance. The majority of this country are receiving grants from the government, are dependent on the government. People, and I don't want to call them poor people, like President Cyril Ramaphosa, who is meeting US President Donald Trump today at noon, US time. And leaks have been put out that Johan Rupert is involved in this meeting or arranging this meeting with President Donald Trump because of their golfing exploits in the past and because they actually know each other. And I've spoken at length about this influence that four men have in South Africa's history. The four people that actually run the country, not the government. And Johan Rupert is one of those people. But to top him is Harry Oppenheimer's son, Nicky Oppenheimer, who is a committee member, a member of a committee that runs this world, with direction from a council of families that have been running this world now for a very, very long time. So this might make you think, what is your role when you go to the polls and you vote? And a little more on that later. Today's focus is on the fact that the rise and fall of the ANC was planned a long time ago. And that rise and fall was deliberately created. It was planned for the ANC to come into power, and my father knew of these plans in the 1970s already. And when he learned of these plans, he was shocked. It shocked his political foundations, his political understanding, his political beliefs, and drove what he did for the rest of his life. And it's interesting that Johan Rupert is involved in the meetings that will be happening today in the United States. Because, and I'll give you a link to the articles that talk about this. It was first broken in the Daily Maverick, but News 24 has an article covering this. I'll give you a link to the articles so that you can go and read them. Because my father, when he was young in the Navy, was drafted to be part of a program for Rupert International that actually did weapons design and improvement, etc. Things that the people in the DA, when I was still involved in the DA for 4 years, called deep politics. Things that no one should talk about. Because most of these politicians and MPs actually know that there's deeper things, as they call it, behind the scenes. But you don't dare talk about them. So they all know that they are just puppets, making the public feel like they have a say, especially when it comes to election time. And like I said, more on that later. There's a lot of developments in South Africa that show that many people that South Africans think are our future saviors know nothing of what is actually going on. But on this channel, Beyond Politics, and on 00 Days says, I will tell you the plans. I will tell you how they plan to play out and the role that we can play in South Africa as citizens to make a difference. So this is a May Day call to South Africa. From myself, see this as our May Day. Not just that it's a month of May, the 21st of May, but that South Africa needs you, every individual that watches video, to first share this information I'm going to give you now, and then do something about it. Because if you do not, you will get so many people jumping up all over the place. They don't have the big picture. They don't understand the plans that have been set out decades ago, some of them even centuries ago. and how we can make sure that we remain free in the Southern African region, because many of the things playing out right now is subversion. You are being subverted, you are being fooled, and I warned people about this in 2020 when I toured around this country on the 00 Days tour and warned more than 10,000 people of what is about to happen in the year 2025. And you know, I'm not a prophet. I don't have a crystal ball. I have information. Because of my time in counter-terrorism intelligence, because of my time in the nuclear industry, I understand things. I know things that most people are and were not privy to. And because of my father's information, all the documents that I have in my possession, old documents from the 70s, from the 80s, from the 90s, I could put a picture together that I don't think anyone else in this country has to this date. I have not found a single person on social media or in books that actually have the big picture. But I'm going to give it to you today. So, the African National Congress was created to fall. The old original African National Congress that was formed just post the turn of the century, they fell apart in 1930. They didn't have funds, there was no further interest, and these people were really meant to try and alleviate the pain and the suffering of the people that originate from the African continent. That was their plan. But that organization ceased to exist. In 1940, a new organization rose up with backing from people with strong ties to Israel. And at the same time, you will see a new group of people emerging with backing, with all the funding necessary to make them strong and independent, the so-called Afrikaners. And you will see that that later formulated into what was known as the apartheid regime. And they greatly worked together, once again with people with close ties to Israel, on many projects. And the United States and Israel have been working together for a very long time. And the Central Intelligence Agency has been front and center in most of these manipulations, because that's what I want to call them. The same as with the release of Nelson Mandela, you will see that the Ruperts and the Oppenheimers were deeply involved in those negotiations. And what actually went down? Not politicians, not elected people. And this is something you need to understand. And it will be no different today when our Mayday call should go out to the world so that people understand that South Africa has been manipulated, conquered, colonized by the British country since it came into known existence, since recorded history. So South Africa is a key place on the global stage, and many people like Rob Hersov will like to tell you that rare minerals is not important to Trump. That's absolute nonsense. Without the US having rare minerals, most of their defenses fall apart. So rare minerals are super important. And like I've said before, the Anglo-American bloc has been front and center in making sure that they control South Africa. What happens here? That these monsters that have been created, the apartheid government and the ANC regime, by people with close ties to Israel, that those monsters always needed to come to a fall. First the apartheid regime, and now the ANC regime, while the Anglo-American bloc have been sucking this country dry. And this is the absolute truth. So how did my father find out that the ANC was meant to rise and meant to fall? This came from tapes, and if you go to my Moments in Time and my Question Everything series of videos on the 2 separate playlists on this channel, Beyond Politics, you will find them there. You can go and watch those videos and you will get the detail. But there was a debriefing after an Exocet missile project that my dad worked on while he was still in the Navy for Rupert International, where they worked with the French. And the Exocet missiles needed to be perfected because they had problems where they couldn't just fly just underneath the radar, just above the swells in the ocean before they would hit the hull of a ship. The very missile that sunk the Sheffield during the Falkland War, and those were launched by Mirages. South Africa was intrinsically involved in supplying those Exocet missiles, as well as the Mirage fighter aircraft. Now, if you understand the details of what happened then, you will see that there's a much bigger global situation going on. And that the so-called politics that you see in the mainstream media, and this is why you should take the mainstream media with a pinch of salt, and you actually need to understand what is happening behind the scenes. They are perpetrating the lies. In a debriefing on this Exocet missile project, a tape was used to record that meeting at a hotel in Cape Town. After the meeting was adjourned, the tape was still running. A new meeting started, and in that new meeting, Pik Botha, Dennis Worrell and Chris Younes had a discussion. Those were the three people present. My dad went to collect the tape afterwards, after the meeting had started, and on that tape, that information that was there was life-changing for him. Because Pik Botha, Dennis Worrell and Chris Younes, and they were from different parties, discussed the rise of the African National Congress. And one of the things that they were talking about, and the fall of the apartheid regime, of course. And one of the things they were talking about is who that leader of the ANC would be. So they had already decided the ANC would be the organization, but they hadn't decided who the leader would be. This was in the 70s, people. It was planned back then. So if you look at these people who influenced them, the fact that Pik Botha was the foreign affairs minister for so many years, traveled around the world, got to meet with all the people that make decisions, important people, like Rob Hersov said in his last interview with Biz News, that he knows what's going on. He's close to these people. I've warned you about this in the past, and that he would drive a very specific narrative. A Zionist narrative. Now, this is not me being for or against any specific grouping of people or interest group or anything like that. I'm giving you the information, and you can decide what you want to do with that. Here's the big Mayday call. Any solution for South Africa needs to be inclusive of all the people of this country. All the people from different religions, from different cultural backgrounds, from different political standings and groupings, beliefs, ideologies. The solution needs to be for all those people. Any person that is coming up with a solution of people is the enemy of freedom in our future. And this needs to be understood. And there's many of these people rising up now. And this is what I called the Great Secession Battle. And I said 4 years ago on tour, on my Double O Days tour, for the first time in Gauteng, I told people that there will be three big things happening in South Africa's history. The first is the destruction of the Zulu kingdom, because this has been a real problem for these big game players in the world. Not politicians, they are only the puppets. The next is the destruction of Eskom. The next is the secession battle. And I said this has got nothing to do with Cape secession. Yes, the Cape is an extremely important strategic asset, especially for the US. And they will make sure that they keep control of that. And if you watch that Rob Hersov interview, I'll give you a link in the description below. You will hear him lay out everything I've told you before. Exactly as I said it would play out. And this is not because I want it or because I think that it will happen that way. It's because it's been planned decades ago. Some of the plans centuries ago. And the South African region is key to those plans. So people, the African National Congress was created by very influential people, not politicians, behind the scenes, built up again. The apartheid government was created and built up behind the scenes by the very same people. The tit for tat, the opposition, the ruler of the day, the ruler of the next day, and the fall of both were planned. It is now the time, 2025, for the ANC to fall. And I said that there's various people that told me, and I didn't believe them at the time, I was very upset with them in fact, that said that you cannot save what will happen in 2025. That it was planned a long time ago and it will come to being. And that is regime change in South Africa. But not for the good, because it'll be a new form of control. A control that will set South Africa up for a new order being created in the world. A new order where later the hard-fighting people that were created in the African National Congress, the hard-fighting people that were created under the apartheid regime, will all be brought to their knees and to literally crumble the fight in those people so that international players can keep on looting and pillaging our minerals in South Africa. And whether you agree with any of these international players or not is your own problem. I believe in South Africa. I'm a South African citizen. I'm a South African first. And second, I am a father, I'm a husband that want to look after the interests of my family. And my mayday call to you is that you need to know that everything happening right now was planned and that there is a solution. And that in South Africa, that solution needs to be for all the people of the country. And it needs to involve changing how we are governed, the governance system, upgrading the constitution of South Africa, because the constitution was written by the same Israeli interest groups that planned the rise and fall of the apartheid regime, that planned the rise and fall of the African National Congress. And they will fall. That is written in the stars. It's written on their foreheads. Cyril Ramaphosa is absolutely without power. He has no power, none. The people in his cabinet, in his government, were selected to destroy this country. They cannot govern a country. They have no ability to govern a country. No one in the GNU has an ability to govern the country. They are mere puppets that implement what other people, international interest groups, want. And if South Africans cannot understand this, we will suffer longer. It is that simple. Now, South Africa is ahead of the rest of the world when it comes to the fact that we are a country where multiple cultures, multiple interest groups, multiple people with different languages and habits, etc., are living together. We are the first country to go through this experiment of what Nelson Mandela called a rainbow nation trying to work together in peace and harmony. This has not been achieved anywhere else in the world. Neither has it been achieved here in South Africa. But the rest of the world will still be going through these pangs later. We will go through it first. And I want us to be a success. For us to succeed. And that is why a solution for all the people of South Africa is important. Having people like Ernst Roets start an organization just for the so-called Afrikaners is a problem, a huge problem. And it is a subversion of the possibility for future success. Having people like the EFF, having people like the African National Congress that play identity and race politics is a problem. It's not the solution. It is not the solution. We need a solution for all South Africans. Having a party like the DA that panders to the West and all of their interests in the country is not a solution. We need a strong South African solution where all people can work together. So this is my mayday call to you. First, subscribe to this channel. Go and watch the Moments in Time and Question Everything playlist series of videos. It's free. You can go and watch them. Make sure you understand what is going on and why we need to solve them. Understand one thing, that Cyril Ramaphosa is going to get a hiding today, like he has never received in his life before. The ANC will be annihilated by the US President Donald Trump. It was planned a long time ago. Obama was elected for a reason. Bush was elected for a reason. Biden was elected for a reason. Trump was elected for a reason. And make no mistake, there are many committee members that Trump listens to, that's influencing him. Make no mistake, the plans are where people don't look, don't ask questions, and it's all about freedom. And nuclear weapons is at the forefront of the decision making, and the public is not aware. I'm aware because I worked in the nuclear industry. I understand the underpinnings of what actually drives the world. This committee and the Council of Families that drive the committee want a one world order, a world where there's no more borders, where man and woman does not exist anymore, where age does not exist anymore, where religion does not exist anymore, except for one religion, one world religion that worships a one world leader. Make no mistake, this is the plan. And to achieve that plan, all strong interest groups in any country needs to be brought to their knees, including the governments of the world, not just South Africa. But here we have an opportunity in South Africa, where we are first facing these challenges to turn things around and actually make South Africa sovereign. Because we are not sovereign. We do not have a government. We do not have a constitution that looks out for our interests. Because the same Israeli lobby groups have made sure that our constitution has all the Trojan horses built into it for ministers they can manipulate to do with our freedom what they want. This happened during the COVID-19 pandemic, and people just lapped it all up. The first thing I want you to go and do now is go and look at the history of the African National Congress and why you will realize that the African National Congress that was established in 1900 is not the African National Congress of today. That it's a completely different organization. Look at the people that were involved in its creation, promotion, and you will see the Israel influence strongly there. Look at the people now involved in what is happening in the country. The people that are funding the Democratic Alliance. The people that now speak of separating the Western Cape from the rest of the country via a US initiative. Like I said, nothing to do with Cape Exit. And many other interest groups to splinter this country into pieces, make us weak, and make sure that the Anglo-American bloc can keep on pillaging our minerals and resources and use our strategic bases. Now, I'll give you links to two articles. The one says White House Showdown, Ramaphosa's inadvertent training. They're saying Ramaphosa has been trained through our parliament, ranting and raving like a bunch of primary school kids. You will see the behavior of the MPs. I mean, they're all like a bunch of brats. And how he's going to go and offer certain things to Donald Trump, almost like gifts. Pork is one of them. Are they freaking serious? Gas and various other things. Donald Trump doesn't give a hooting toss about the things that Cyril Ramaphosa is coming to show him. Remember, Cyril Ramaphosa was trained by Harry Oppenheimer, was given shares in Anglo-American when he didn't deserve anything, by Harry Oppenheimer. He's a Harry Oppenheimer and later Nicky Oppenheimer controlled individual. He has always been on the side of the West, while trying to show as if he is part of his communist roots and extreme communist roots. He's actually been jailed more than once for those beliefs and things that he did, being involved in terrorist organizations. But many people are not interested in things like that because it's inconvenient for them. Then the other article I'll give you a link to is on Johan Rupert being in Washington. Johan Rupert in Washington for Ramaphosa-Trump meeting, annoyed by Afrikaner refugees. You can go and read those articles. It's not really that relevant, except for the fact that you need to understand that there were 4 South Africans created, billionaires created, to do the work of weakening this country, controlling this country, having control over all the resources that the people of South Africa need to make us weak. It was very important to weaken the people of the country, make them as reliant on government as possible. And this is the ANC has done so well. Try to make the people of South Africa reliant on the government or reliant on products and goods from these 4 people. And this is the Oppenheimer family. Harry Oppenheimer, Nicky Oppenheimer, his son, then the Ruperts, Becker, Koos Becker of Naspers, and then, of course, the Shoprite Pep Cor mogul. If you understand how the people of South Africa is reliant on those 4 people for everything they do, their political beliefs, the internet that they use, the food that they eat, the mining within South Africa, and you see how the people in the ANC are tied to those people, you'll start seeing the bigger picture. And if you don't get the bigger picture, don't understand the bigger picture, and most of you won't get it. I told you in the Double O Days meetings, you will be begging and pleading for many of the things that you now say you absolutely hate and don't want, because it's going to take your freedom away. Because in the end, to me, it's about the freedom of my family, being able to do what we want to do, live our lives in a world where you can actually create something, do something, be something, instead of a robot. And at the end, I need to mention robots and artificial intelligence, because it's the means through which people will get the power to create this one world order. And now I'll get a banner underneath this video saying that it's fake news. But in any case, I will do a live stream soon where I will speak about this in more detail, specifically the Donald Trump Cyril Ramaphosa meeting. And just like when Nelson Mandela was released from prison, you will see that the big players are there, the real players in politics, and that the officials that we elect in this country, or the parties that we vote for, and the officials that the parties elect, because we elect nobody except for councillors, that whole process is flawed, and that those people are captured completely in all the parties, except for the fact that there is a movement that has been started in 2017 to change the political system, to change and upgrade the constitution. And when it comes to election time, local government, national government elections, look out for the clues that will make sure that you remain free. In my 10-question challenge around freedom and any political group and how free, how much they believe in freedom, one of the questions is, are you exclusive? In other words, do you only promote what you are doing for a group of people, a religious group, a identifiable group, or whatever the case, or is it for all South Africans? Because if you speak of freedom, but you are not willing to do something for all the people of South Africa, you do not believe in freedom. You do not know what you are doing. Thank you so much for watching this video, and please share this with as many people as possible. It's my May Day call. It's South Africa's May Day call. In the month of May, Donald Trump meeting with Cyril Ramaphosa on the 21st of May. This date will go down in history books in future as a turning point, not only for the ANC, but for South Africa. What will we make that future look like? Please subscribe to this channel, click the bell icon so you can get notifications for future videos. Just remember, on Double O There says, you will get information you will find nowhere else in the world. Nowhere else. And most other people giving commentary out there has no cooking clue what they are talking about when it comes to the real history. Thank you so much.